Hi guys, once again it's me with another video. Today I wanted to make a video on your options if you're in the UK illegally, and just wanted to give you a bit of advice that can apply to illegal migrants that are living in the UK. So if you're living illegally in the UK, you might be able to apply to make your stay legal. So you will be living here illegally if you came to the UK without permission, or your permission to stay has expired. You can also get help returning to your country if you want to. If you can't live in the UK legally but you choose to remain here, life could be difficult. So you can be charged for some NHS treatment or be detained and removed from the country. So you might be exploited to work, you might struggle to finding housing. So it is better to try to make yourself legal, to rather legalize your stay. There are ways to make your stay legal, and to decide this is an immigration specialist will decide which applies to you. So you don't have to worry. Just getting advice will be confidential. So they won't tell anybody about your inquiries. So try to find an advisor in your area. You can do this through the Citizen Advice Bureau, the Refugee Action. They will try to help you. You can also call the Joint Council for Welfare of Immigrants for help. So they provide free and confidential advice to help people living in the UK illegally. I can provide that number if you want, and if you're in that situation and you want that number, I'll provide that number. Just comment down below and tell me about it, and I will provide you that number. So how to become a legal resident in the UK. So whether you can live in the UK legally will depend on your circumstances. So your application will probably be refused if you apply more than 14 days after your permission to stay has expired. So you should check your biometric resident permit or passport if you're not sure, like if you don't know when your leave expires. You might be able to apply to stay in the UK if it would be very difficult for you to live in the country you would be in, for example, because of lack of work, education, family, or friends, or if you wouldn't be accepted back to the country that you are in. And the second reason that you can apply to stay in the UK is if you're returning to your home country would be dangerous, perhaps if you would be persecuted there. Another thing is if you've got a partner who has a right to stay in the UK, for example, if your partner is a British citizen or an EEA citizen, then you can actually apply to stay in the UK. And if you can also apply to stay in the UK if you've got children in the UK, especially if they are British citizens or if they've settled or have been in the UK for 7 years or more. Also, you can apply to stay in the UK if your last visa was as a partner, or and also as a partner if you got a visa, if you came to the UK through being a partner of someone and you've suffered domestic abuse at the hand of that partner related to your visa, you can stay in the UK. If you've got children living in the UK illegally, it is important to get advice on whether you can make an application for them. They will be living illegally if they haven't been registered for a British citizen or leave to remain. So you can read more about what you can do if your child is illegal in the gov.com. If you can't stay in the UK legally, then you might be able to get help from the government to arrange and pay for your journey back to your home country. This is known as making voluntary return. You can actually contact the voluntary return service team to find more about who can help you and how they can help you to get back to your country. You can you can read more about the voluntary return on gov.uk. And also, if you want me to give you their contact, voluntary departure and assisting voluntary return, if you're thinking of doing that, just comment down below and I will give you their number. Don't hesitate to to contact me if you've got any questions. And don't be scared if you're in this country illegally. Try to legalize your stay.